Okie dokie. So I did a bunch of video yesterday kind of explaining my current situation as far as DoorDash. I ended up saving it. I really should stop doing that way I don't have to keep repeating myself. So since I'm recording anything, if I'm not going to do anything with it, of course I say that. So, this week and just the past few weeks, DoorDash has been real light, especially since summer, the school ended. But this week has been really bad. I can't remember when it was now, but I think it was like Tuesday or Monday. My acceptance rate dropped way down because of all the crap orders I was getting offered. Dropped down to like 63%. Sorry, car. Anyways, so I fought. Yesterday was Wednesday, today's Thursday. I fought real hard to get my acceptance rate back up to at least 70% before I logged, and I had accepted at least 6 in a row. I think it was more than that. With it at 69% acceptance rate, and it didn't move. So I keep proving over and over and over again that the acceptance rate calculation in the DoorDasher app is off. There's something wrong about it, and I don't think it's an accident. Because you'll be, say, I don't know, at 70%, and you'll accept, I don't know, however many, 5 in a row, and then decline 1, and it'll drop to 69%. That happens all the time. And I keep doubting myself, thinking, well, maybe it's just math, something to do with how the rate is calculated, something just not right, or something just I'm not thinking about. But no, that's not what's going on. I think the app is putting heavier weight on declining orders than accepting orders. So in other words, if you decline, it's probably calculated more like 1.5%, and accepting is like 0.75% or something. Well, that would make it 0.5%. Lane's real backed up. I guess there's a couple of trucks in the turning lane. Anyways, so yeah, I ended at 69%, which really pissed me off because there's no way, absolutely no way I should have ended at 69%. I should have been at least 70. So that means when I started today, I couldn't dash right away. I have to schedule it or wait for it to let me dash. So that's what's going on right now. I'm not actually dashing. I'm waiting for it to let me dash. Now the good news is because I'm at 69%, I should be able to do just complete one order or accept one order, and that'll put me at 70. You would think. That way, if I do in my dash, I can just go right back in and keep dashing. I don't have to wait for it to let me dash or schedule it or whatever. It's already 90 degrees, it's about noon. It's going to be a hot one today. Of course, we get to July and August, it'll be 90 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning. It'll stay, it'll get to about 105. It'll be over 100 all the way up till about 9 o'clock at night. Summers here are not good. Of course, I was looking at the weather. It's predicting more rain coming next week. We've had a ton of rain, so thank goodness for that. Lots and lots of rain. It's one of the rainiest years I can remember for a while. We had one, I don't know what year it would have been, maybe 2013 or 14, where it rained like steadily. Without even a break. I don't think it stopped at all. Maybe it would stop. It would come down to like a drizzle, but it was raining constantly, day and night for like a week. It was crazy. We haven't had anything like that this year, but we've had lots of rainy days and lots of heavy rain. But anyway, so yeah, I'm heading over to this hot spot. God dang it. I get so sick of that. You would think I'd learn my lesson. People come up to that turn, haul on their brakes, throw on their turn signal right at the turn, and then turn real fast. It happens to me every now and then, but people are doing it right there all the time. What I think is happening is they see the traffic backed up in front of them, and the traffic is backed up in front of them, so they decide at the last minute to turn there so they can go around this, because there's kind of a back way behind all these buildings to my right. If you're looking to go 35 is that interstate in front of me going over the highway. If you're looking to go south on 35, then yeah, you can go around and skip this. One of the phenomenons I've noticed is, looking at Chick-fil-A, you couldn't tell, but these restaurants around here aren't nearly as busy as they normally are. I don't think I'm going to pull in right here to the left. I'm going to go up a little bit. And in fact, I'm going to go all the way down here to the end so I can have some privacy. Actually, I didn't really want this one. I thought I was going to park where that red car was. I didn't notice there was somebody there. Anyways, a lot of these restaurants during the busy times aren't as busy as they used to be. The only thing I can guess is that people have gone out of town on vacation, and so there's just less people frequenting these restaurants, and that translates to less people ordering on DoorDash. That could be completely off. I don't know. That's the only thing I can guess. Why the orders are so light lately. It could be that just people can't afford it anymore. at some of these people that were ordering DoorDash like 2 or 3 times a week, and they just can't do it anymore because it's too expensive. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this for now. Right now I'm just trying to get my GPS to come up so I know where the hell I'm going.
Drive south, then turn right.
It's showing a 26-minute trip time. There's no freaking way. It's 11 miles. It says North Lake, but you know, this thing calls everything North Lake. Anything around here, you call it North Lake or Justin. If you went by that, you'd think North Lake's this gigantic city. Now I'm just trying to get out of my parking spot. So yeah, I sat here for about 15 minutes and it finally let me dash. But you know, when you can't do the dash anytime, I mean, regardless, you have to set an end time. But when you can't do the dash anytime,
in a quarter mile,
usually
turn right onto Allison Avenue.
Only allots like an hour or 30 minutes or an hour usually. So the end time is 1 o'clock. It's 12:20 now. So I'll have enough time. If this trip time's correct, which I hope the hell it's not, but if this trip time's correct, I'll have enough time to do like one order. 11 miles in the direction I'm
going.
Turn
right onto Allison Avenue.
Shouldn't take more than about 15 minutes. 25 minutes. If that's true, that means there's something wrong. There's a wreck on the road or something. But yeah, I waited for about 15 minutes and then let me dash. And I almost immediately got this order offer. It was $10 for 11.5 miles. And you know, based on what I've been getting lately, I don't know what they're doing up there. The light's been green for a while. The traffic in the front hadn't been moving. So I'm probably going to catch this light because this light does not stay green long. Especially if people
in
wait
600
on
feet, turn left onto Texas 114.
Sorry, people. Sorry.
Turn left onto Texas 114, State Highway 114. Continue for 6 miles.
Yeah, it's showing 11 miles. Right now it's showing 24 minutes. I forgot what I was talking about. So, something that, I always got to keep straight in my head, something to remember. Acceptance rate is just that. It doesn't matter if you complete it or not. Although, if you're not completing orders, if you're accepting orders and not completing them, that's much worse. But the acceptance rate is your acceptance rate. So, the fact that I just accepted an order, that should put me at 70%. But I won't. I guess I could check, but probably won't be able to know until I get this order delivered.
Continue for 4 miles.
Looks like it's going to be all the way down at the end of this stretch. It's a fancy neighborhood down at the end of this. Get orders from there sometimes. Speed limit on this road is 45. I usually try to go about 50. I don't want to go over 50 though, because you never know when there's going to be a cop running this. I'm saying that because a lot of times you get people wanting to do about 60, 65 on this road, which is way too damn fast. Because again, it's like I was saying yesterday, of course I didn't keep the video, what happens with people is they find a shortcut, quote unquote shortcut. But it's not really a shortcut unless you can break the speed limit and do all kinds of crazy stuff a lot of times. So people trying to use this stretch of road as a shortcut, they don't want to go 45 or 50. They want to go 60, whatever I said earlier, 65. This road right here used to be a dirt road not too long ago, just a few years ago. It was a dirt road. And then there's a neighborhood I passed back there on the left. They just finished that. And then there's some houses down here that they're building. The first house, I think, was finished about a year ago. And then they're just building more houses. So you can't see it real well, but you know, on the left or right, you got wide open pasture, farmland, ranch land, and it's real pretty. It's like a lot of areas around here. And the developers are coming in and they're building all these cookie cutter homes and other crap, and it's just ruining this whole area. It's something I've talked about many times. I'm going to try to keep this video this time so I can post it. But it's just so sad. I'm sure there's, you know, these kind of stories all across America, but you know, it's just so sad. They come in and they just destroy these areas. And the thing that gets me, you know, this pisses people off, but I don't care. You know, like these houses right here, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of the people that are moving into these houses, they're not even from the state. They're from other states. How do I know that? Because I drive all over the place every single day, and I'm seeing out-of-state plates everywhere. And I have common sense. So yeah, like these buildings over here on the left, these kind of nondescript eyesores, you know, building that, you know, it's awful, man. Showing 6 minutes now. My acceptance rate thing on the brain. 6 minutes to the drop off.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Falcon Ridge Drive.
So the time is ticking down real fast. So you know, the time estimate was not correct. It has not been 26 minutes. I'll have to time the video later if I look at it, but there's no way this is. By the time I'm done, there's no way that was 26 minutes. There's big open farmland to my right, ranch land.
In a half mile, turn right onto Falcon Ridge Drive.
Eventually that'll be all big cookie cutter houses. You know, I mean, it'd be one thing if these houses that were being built had some character, but you know, it's like, you know, they open up a catalog and you pick one out of, you know, 12 different styles of, you know, house, and they just build a bunch of those.
Turn right onto Falcon Ridge Drive. Then turn left onto Lost Wagon Street.
That and apartment complexes. Apartment complexes and townhomes. And
Turn
those
left onto
absolutely
Lost
everywhere.
Wagon Street. Then turn right onto Gentle Dove Street.
I don't know how people can afford those. A couple years ago, I lived in an apartment. I don't know, it was maybe 800 square feet, I think. 900.
Turn right onto Gentle Dove Street.
I was paying $1,400. I think it was $1,450 a month for that.
In 600 feet, turn right onto Lazy Oak Drive.
People up in New York, California, are probably, oh, that's nothing. But well, we're not used
Turn
to that
right
here in
onto
Texas.
Lazy Oak Drive.
Shouldn't be used to that. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to pull in the driveway.
In
These
400
driveways
feet,
are way
you will
too
arrive at
steep.
8829 Lazy Oak Drive, North Lake, Texas 76247, USA.
That's another thing. They keep building these houses with these really steep
You have arrived at
driveways.
8829 Lazy Oak Drive, North Lake, Texas 76247,
The customer
USA.
requested you leave the order at their door. They
Yes.
added the following instructions. Leave at my door.
Slid in that water a little bit. It's crazy. It's just a little bit of water on the side. I'm chuckling because I stepped in that water. I said I slid a little bit on in my car, and I almost fell on my ass. I guess it's like a bunch of algae or something. It's like ice. I stepped in and freaking slipped. That would have been funny. So yeah, I guess that's why I slid. It's I don't even think that was rain runoff. I think that was from water and lawn or something. But it had like. Sorry, I'm trying to see what my rating is now. Of course, it wants to freaking screw up right now. I'm trying to check it real quick. Still says 69%. There's no freaking way. If this continues, I'm going to call DoorDash. I'm going to tell them, hey, I've done like a dozen. I've accepted like a dozen in a row at 69%. It's not moving. Of course, they don't care. Even if they spoke perfect English, which they don't, these people are not the brightest. And you would still have a hard time getting across to them what your problem is. But you couple that, sorry, again, offending people now, but you couple that with the fact that they don't speak very good English, there's a heavy accent, cultural differences, things like that, and it makes it really, really difficult to get across to them what the issue is. This is getting on my nerves, though. I've accepted. Now that's at least seven. At least seven. I think it's well over that. Like I said, it's probably closer to a dozen in a row. I have not declined any, and with the acceptance rate sitting at 69%, and it's not going up. Yeah, that was crazy though back there. I don't know if I finished talking about it. I think that was from somebody watering their lawn or something. I don't think it was from rain, and it must be some algae buildup or something. So it made it real slick. So when I was pulling up in my car, I slid on it a little bit, and then not thinking, I stepped in it on the way to the car, and I almost fell on my ass. I need to start paying much closer attention to this. It's supposed to, the acceptance rate, just like everything else, is supposed to be based on the last 100 orders offered. So you're offered 100 orders and you accepted 70, then you should be at 70%. But it seems like it's more like you accept 70 and you're at 60%. $12.52. Just want to get in this parking lot and get parked, but man, people drive so damn slow. I'm not saying speed to the parking lot, but good grief. Oh man, I'm not gonna get an order probably. I got 7 minutes left. You were saying? Burger King, $7.50 to go 10.5 miles. See, this is one I normally would decline. Just accepted it. Now let's see what my rating is. Rating should now be 70%. Nope, still 69. There's something all right. God damn it. See, part of the thing that's frustrating is like that. Accepting a $7.50 order to go 10.5 miles, you know, and the only reason I'm accepting it is to try to get my acceptance rate up. So get back behind me. We're gonna have to wait. And then if my acceptance rate isn't going up, so then I'm doing these for nothing. I guess the only consolation is at least I'm making money. I'm not making a lot of money, but at least I'm making money. The ones that really piss me off is the no-tip ones. Especially if it's very far. Did a couple of those yesterday. No tip. And I got to go like 6-7 miles. Like $2, $3. I guarantee you, I've done all these, right? I've accepted all these orders in a row. I guarantee you, I decline one, it'll go down. If this continues, then, you know, if I get a lull today in orders, then I might, you know, like I can't get back in, I might just go ahead and call DoorDash. Say, hey, look, I've been at 69% acceptance rate for a while now without declining orders. And the acceptance rate isn't going up. But like I said earlier, I don't think I'll get anywhere with them. You know, it's something they can't just read off a script, then they'll just shut down. This takes me over to Trophy Club. I guess that answers that. Turn this one in. I'll just stay over there. Of course, like I said, it'll probably try to give me an order taking me way back over here, and I don't want to decline orders, but at this point it feels like, what's the point? I'll say this, I'm going to post this. People walking across the parking lot. If you're walking across the street or parking lot, it doesn't even matter if you're in a crosswalk, but especially if you're not, and there's cars coming, just pep up your step. You don't got to run across or power walk or anything. Just pep up your step. It's a considerate, respectful thing to do. I do. If I have to, I'll jog across. I'm not saying do that, but I'll do it. I'm not being a hypocrite. Alrighty. They don't make it until you get there in this Burger King, like some other ones.
Drive southeast, then turn right.
But I didn't have to wait that long. But while I was waiting, I used the restroom, and I also noticed this is in South Lake, not Trophy Club. Right now it's showing a 22-minute trip time. Oh boy. I'm going to drive all the way to South Lake. There's got to be a Burger King closer. And going that direction, there's got to be a closer Burger King. Maybe they don't do DoorDash. It's frustrating. Have you been paying attention to how far I've been going? Other than sitting in traffic.
Exit the roundabout onto
tell me
North
there's no
Whitechapel
Burger
Boulevard.
King closer?
In a quarter mile, turn left onto East Kirkwood Boulevard. Turn left onto East Kirkwood Boulevard. Continue for a half mile.
Left turn I got to do next is Lewis Lane. I guess somebody was a Superman fan. Or it's a coincidence.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Louis Lane.
Oh, Louis Lane. Or is that just how the GPS says it?
Turn left onto Louis Lane.
Now I
Then
just gotta
turn left
figure out how to
onto
get
Lake
back to
Caroline
Roanoke.
Lane.
It'd be great if I just go up, drive down the service road, but nope. Because of construction, they got it blocked.
Turn left onto Lake Caroline Lane. Then 709 Lake Caroline Lane, South Lake, Texas 76092, USA will be on the left. 709 Lake Caroline Lane, South Lake, Texas 76092,
The customer
USA is on
requested
the
you
left.
leave the order at their door. They added the following instructions. Leave at my door.
Oh man, these freaking houses in South Lake. I'm constantly wondering what these people do for a living. Dash Now is available, but this is for Grapevine. I don't want to be dashing in Grapevine. Unless I just really, really, really desperate. Mostly because I'm not as familiar with the area. But I have tried dashing in Grapevine and dashed at night when there wasn't hardly any traffic and it was a pain in the ass. And I can't imagine what it's like in the daytime. There's a hospital over here. And I've gotten a couple of orders taking me to the freaking hospital before, and that was a pain in the ass. %. Holy shit. I'm at 70%. I guess it doesn't calculate until you've completed the order. I'll put this to like 8:30. I refreshed it, so now it's showing me being able to dash in Roanoke Trophy Club. Which that includes Champion Circle and stuff, by the way. And I set the end time to 8:30 because now I'm on the dash anytime status. I just got to remember which way it came from. Pretty bad. I probably did, like I said, it was at least a dozen, probably more, in a row. But the acceptance rate sitting at 69%, and it finally hit 70. But I guarantee you, if I decline one, it'll drop back down.